Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on EDA, our first unit on EDA. In this video we're going to be talking about Boolean indexing in pandas. If you're a current Math 10 student, this is one of our student learning outcomes, so pretty important video. You'll see that it works almost the same as NumPy, so hopefully it's a lot of familiar with a little bit of new. So to get started, I have pandas imported. I also have this sample data that we've been working with over the course of the past couple of videos. And first question is asking define a sub-df to be the sub-data frame of df containing all the rows for which the quantity is strictly less than 12. So as a reminder, how could I get the quantity column? Well, I could say df and then in square brackets pass the name of the column. So this is quantity. And remember, this returns what's called a pandas series. So if I do type of this, we can see it's a pandas series. So first thing we're going to do to solve this problem is create what's called a Boolean series. So I'm going to say df of quantity and ask where is this less than 12? So notice here, this is saying in row 0, the quantity is not smaller than 12, but in rows 1 and 2, this is true. So again, this is called a Boolean series. And now if we want to get the sub-data frame, this should remind you a lot of getting a sub-array in NumPy, but I say df, square brackets, and then pass the condition, right, the Boolean series. So here I say df quantity, where is this strictly less than 12? And we can see here, I have rows 1 and 2 labeled, and we notice the quantity is strictly less than 12 in this sub-data frame. So let me call this sub_df, and I'll call sub-df right underneath so we can keep looking at it. So just to convince you that we really did get a Boolean series, I can do type df quantity, say less than 12. And let's see, oh, it looks like I need to run the notebook again, so let's wait for it to set up really quick. Oh, all right, hopefully now it works. All right, everyone, we're back. Not really sure what happened, but things seem to be working now. So again, we were saying, well, what's the type of this here? And we can see it's a series. This is a Boolean series because remember, this returns false everywhere the element is not strictly less than 12, true everywhere else. So great, we were able to get this sub-data frame. Next question is asking, well, what's the average cost for these rows? Okay, let's take a look again at sub-df. I guess we have it there, so we don't quite need it. I can say sub-df, let's take the cost column, so I'll say cost. And this gives me 10.45 in 1999. Then I can use .mean to take the average. And we see here we get 15.219 repeating. If I wanted to do this computation by hand, I could say 10.45 plus 19.99 divided by 2. And we see we get the same number. Now, this is a really good example of the two types of indexing. And what I want to show you is, notice here, the labels now no longer match the indices. So this is label 1, label 2. But if we're counting in Python, so starting at 0, then this is 0, 1. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to scroll down and remind us of what sub-df looks like. So notice the following is going to cause an error if I say df.lock. So lock, remember, label, and then I say 0, comma, let's go with cost. This is going to throw an error. Oops, and you see the issue here? I used df and not sub-df. So let's use sub-df. And here we're getting a key error. So what's happening is there's no label called 0 in the rows. And that's because when we made this sub-data frame from df, we got rid of this row. So now, if instead I wanted to use integer position 0, that would work, right? Because this is still integer position 0. The label is now different. So I'll say sub_df.ilock for integer. And let's do 0, comma, cost. And as a quick sanity check, what should this return? And let's see here. Oh, do you see what I did wrong? So now I'm using integer location, so cost is 0 column. And we get 10.45. Very good. So I think this is a good place to end the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.